So if you see, our
Oh,
arms,
wow.
yes. So if you yatha pinde tatha brahmande.
It's increasing now. You
Yeah,
are always 1.6 factor
yeah, yeah.
involved.
And
Your growth rate, it's written over there, growth rate is 1.61. So
yeah,
means we can say it's in our body actually at the same time. It's like a micro universe and it's a macro universe which is present around us in a big universal level. This we never thought about it. This
ask AI to create simulations for you. So
yeah.
let's dive into some of the fascinating geometries of the world, and especially one specific type of geometry for now. No matter which geometry I get into, so deep and vast once we get into. So I will start with something that we all have seen but may have not noticed. Today we will be learning something. It will be very fascinating to learn. Okay. All
Wow.
right.
Let's start then.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have developed some kind of. This is a famous picture we have.
Up. You are seeing my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can see. I can
Okay,
see.
okay, okay, Romy. So, Romiji, a question for you. What
Yeah.
are what are some patterns do you see in this photo? What is something similarity?
And then they are blowing conch shell. Yeah, that's my observation.
I think you observed a really good symmetry. Like in if we see, if I do not know Lord Krishna or Arjuna in this way, I would instantly see that they're both dressed up same. They're both using some kind of instrument to blow at the same time and have the hand posture, and
Yeah.
which you have identified. So let's go deeper. Let's find out, is there, so if I have to pick one item which is exactly similar in the shape and size, or not shape size but at least the structure of it, which one would it will be?
Conch shell.
Conch shell, absolutely, absolutely. So behind this, it's a conch shell, and I also have it here, Prabhuji. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
You have physical conch shell.
Okay, okay. So I have it for a reason. Okay, we'll talk about it. Let's see. So you probably have seen this, Romiji, somewhere, some
Yeah, yeah,
this conch
yeah,
shell,
yeah.
right?
We have blown it.
Yeah,
It has a.
yeah. It has a certain shape. Remember, you see,
Hmm.
it has a certain shape.
Yes. Yep.
Have ever curious been like, why this shape or what is this shape? Because it's very unique if you see the shape of this
Yeah,
conch.
basically, I heard way back, being a spiritualist and had some background in science. So I forgot the name of that theory, which speaks about like the golden, some golden points or
Uh-huh.
something. The words were
Yes.
there. So it's like basically that's the design of the universe. That's the design of everything natural. So if you combine, even this is practical, visible in the faces and like
Yeah.
definitely in the so that's coming from conch shell, like it shows
Yes.
like it's like expanding actually in a circular form kind of stuff.
You
I think you're talking about the same.
absolutely, absolutely. You're going there. Absolutely. So let's continue. Let's continue.
Yeah,
You are
it's
right,
interesting
and
actually.
this is something called golden ratio, and we'll come to it. We will calculate it together. Okay.
Wow.
So this is one of the video that I took myself, and it's a stone. Do you by any chance
It's a
remember?
Shaligram Shila.
Shaligram.
It's
Absolutely.
I just before the class I just worshipped my 50 Shaligram Shila. And there's a basically this is Narsimha Shila in one sense because the two chakra are on one is on the top, one is on the bottom. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So and this is some people say this is a Vasudev, but at the same time it's like the open mouth of Narsimha Dev. So it's a way to check or way to identify Shaligram Shila. So he's this Shila is basically belong to that category because the two chakras are on one is on the above, one is on the top and bottom, and they seems to be merged actually. So it's like sometimes they say Vasudev Shila. Yeah,
Wow.
very true. Wow. I just did that service and because I just came. Even my hands are fragrant of the oil right now.
It's very, I will tell you about the synchronicities that two people have sometimes when they have to talk about something. So I see this pattern also repeating. Remember we had a pattern where you saw the ocean and we talked about the ocean on the very same day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like we are already into this topic. That's why you already worshipped it. And I really feel that these patterns are, it's also called divine proportion. And it's something to be very intrigued about, worshipped, dissected, understood, felt, right? So that's where we are.
Wow.
So this is another
Yeah.
pattern that you probably see in the nature. Shaligram stone that we have seen, fern
Yeah.
scene we have seen, and the tail of it, the seahorse that we see. So in the land, in the water, in the in the plants, we see this nature repeating. So we get really curious, like what it is and why this nature, why this pattern is repeating, why this pattern is repeating so many times, and is there any mathematical equation or something, or like why it is, it can be something else. Let's see some more examples, Romiji. I have, if you
Yeah.
see my screen,
That.
I
Yeah, this is the same. Yes,
yeah.
that's what I was talking about. In Himachal or in the upper parts of the area, you get it actually. Tal, I think, is a rickshaw of Tal.
Yeah. It is it's cheed, a pine tree.
Chid. Yeah.
Pine tree.
Pine tree, actually.
Pine tree.
Pine tree.
Pine tree. So we have seen this pattern, and I keep seeing this here. So I collected one long ago, and I see like this is such a beautiful geometry behind.
I really appreciate the prompts you have brought in this class. Yeah. It's like you have conch shell, you have this small. No, this really makes interaction very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for educating like that.
Sure. So we have seen this repeating. I could have bring an actual sunflower, but I had the fake one. It's also just for your subconscious to remember that this pattern repeats in so many shapes that it's either it's inside the flower, it's as a plant, as a cone shell, as we have seen, as it symbolizes the different meanings in religions. So it's some kind of divine proportion. It follows certain things that we are kind of amazed. So let's do this. Let's try to calculate it together. Okay. So this formula that we have seen, this pattern that we have seen, it's kind of a combination of first two steps. So very first two steps of the universe is 0 and 1, is the duality, yin and yang. Okay. Now from here the evolution starts as per this mathematical formula. Okay. And it's an addition to the first two. So if you add 0 and 1, what will you get, Reniji? We get 1, 0
Okay.
and 1, right?
Yeah.
What do we get when we combine 1 and 1?
2.
2. Perfect.
2.
Yes. What happens when we combine 2 and 1?
3.
What happens when we combine 3 and 2?
5.
What happens now?
8.
8. Really good. Next.
Wow. 13.
13. Next.
21.
21. Very good. Next.
It would be 34.
Your mathematics is really good. Your mental calculation is really good, Romiji. I'm impressed. Okay. So this is a simple mathematics. What we are doing is just adding the two numbers before it, and we are getting a beautiful series of numbers. Okay. We are talking about this number. It's called Fibonacci series, and we see
Fibonacci.
this. Yeah. It's called Fibonacci because of the the person in Middle Ages who popularized this. But it dates back a lot back. We will talk about it. Okay. So the interesting point here right now, Romiji, is when we are going in this sequence, there is certain kind of ratio that every number follows. So for example, pick any two numbers and let's divide that number. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to pick two numbers, a plus b, and divide by a. Okay. So you choose two numbers and we will divide together.
Any two or consecutive two?
Any consecutive two. It has to be like a b in the series. So it can be a b this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any consecutive. So let's choose 5 and 8.
Okay. 5 and 8. All right. So do the calculation with me. What is 8 by 5?
8 by 5
approximately.
It will be like 1 point. Yeah, it will be 1.6.
Yeah, 1.6. let's pick another two numbers from the
Okay.
same series. Let's pick
Mm,
31,
like
21,
let's take
34, 21,
okay
and it may be tricky.
31.
21,
Yeah. Okay.
21.
21 by 5. It would be 30. It would be again 1 point something.
We can use calculator. If you have a calculator handy, we can try doing
Yeah, that
calendar.
will be 13. Okay, 13 and then 7 and 8, 80. Okay. Just need some time.
Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. 21 divided by 13. Yeah, 1.61. Wow.
1.6. So it is something similar that we will see a pattern of 1.6 approximately. Okay. And now we see this pattern everywhere in the universe. It's there. It's I will tell you about this Fibonacci, that how it unfolds, but this kind of a spiral pattern is emerging everywhere, whether it's a creation or whether it's form of destruction that we see in form of tornado, in form of the cyclone that comes, in form of even waves that come. It follows certain natural shape. Okay. Are you amazed?
Yeah, definitely. That's in one sense we can say this is the proof of existence of God.
Proof of it, yeah.
It's a geometry. Someone must have designed like this the same universe can come like that.
Uh-huh. So now you've already answered in this before, but how the Yajurveda says, Yatha Pinde Tatha Brahmande, and Yatha Brahmande
And
Tatha Pinde.
I know that verse actually.
Right?
In our theology, studied
Yes.
about it.
Uh-huh.
Brahmanda Tatha Pinda.
So now
Yes.
when we talk about it, and you have given the hint, when we see the universe similar to me, to my individual, where do you see this pattern repeating?
Actually, it means we can say it's in our body actually at the same time. It's like a micro universe and it's a macro universe which is present around us in a big universal level.
Brilliant. And you have also mentioned about the shape of face, right? That's
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely how we see the universe. The whole galaxy evolves as a part of a spiral which follows certain pattern, even black hole or different universe entities. And we part of one tiny part of in this Milky Way, if we can spot ourselves, right? That macro zoom, that micro zoom of that also 1.6. So if you see our
Oh,
arms.
wow.
Yes. And if I need you to watch this video, that's why I put the whole screenshot of the video as well, if anybody is interested as well. Everything is 1.6 approximately. If you see our fingers, a certain shape which is like this plus this becomes this plus this
Yeah.
becomes this plus this becomes this. Okay. Everything here is 1.6, the proportion. Okay. And Leonardo da Vinci, he have famously categorized this. You probably see this image before.
Yeah.
Even our ears follow a certain Fibonacci sequence. Even our hands, palms follow. Even the bone structure, if you see, this is the smallest bone in our finger, then the bigger one, and then bigger one, and the bigger one. Okay. So it's so surprising how universe, and we are the universe, evolves in the similar pattern. I was so curious, Romiji, that isn't it like our our present action is formed from our previous two actions that we have done. It can be
Yes,
more than
definitely.
that, because if we go deeper, it's a never ending chain. We can go deeper
Yeah.
to past life and past karmas as well. But
Yeah.
or roughly, if we see, everything is determined from our previous two actions. It's the summation of it. That's just my theory. It's not, I don't think we can prove it as such, but I feel mathematically what we see here as a matter. I also see this pattern repeating in emotions, in our non-tangible things.
You're right.
In our lungs that we don't see, we see this pattern, bronchi using for 1.6 golden ratio to expand. Even in roots, plant roots, we see they follow this branching structure of 1.6. Face, you have mentioned before. There's a whole, when I was researching for it, there's a whole blog by Dr. Anil Shah somewhere. looks like dermatologists or doctors, they use it as a beauty standard to measure the face structure, or at least a baseline of it. I'm not sure if I'm conveying the right way. It's not that we have to be structurally perfect, but somehow they baselined our face structure, that this part, and this part follows the structure of 1.6 ratio. So really fascinating.
Yeah, this is really good.
Now,
Yeah, it's a bit logic. Like we can say, oh, this we never thought about it. These horns will.
also, right, you got it, you got this. So it's just so much, like, once we have seen it now, you probably will start noticing in so many places, so many enormous places, that I cannot list all the places that I see the evolution happening in certain form.
True.
So now you've been fascinated already through the signs that we see outside. Let me show you the mathematical sign, the geometry signs that I found from somebody as a visualization of golden circle,
Sure.
Fibonacci.
Golden.
But if you see, it's following the same circle, and when the circle extends, see, it's adding on and then keep adding on, and it becomes like this Fibonacci spiral. Okay. So now, when I was learning this using AI, I could also create simulation. So in the very beginning, I'm gonna show you here 1:1. If I take one more step, it's 1 1 in the sequence of Fibonacci. I'm on Gemini's at this point, and I was learning Fibonacci sequence. So if I go back, and if this is the basic structure, this is the 1 by 1 block.
Yeah.
Okay. And forget about this for now, but if I add one more sequence to it, it becomes 2 squares, and in 2 squares I can fit this semicircle.
Yeah.
Right. Now, once this semicircle is about to complete, and if I add one more of the square here, it gives me this shape. It kind of gives me a shape of a bigger circle, you see. Okay.
Yes.
So it started with a smaller circle, but it started evolving in a bigger circle.
Yeah.
Now tell me what happens when I move one more step.
It will elongate a lot actually.
Yeah.
Even you added I think almost like double or triple, maybe more. Again, 1.6.
1.6. Yes, 1.6. Yeah. Roughly 1.618 something, but 1.6 is a very good number to keep in mind. And we keep seeing this number endlessly repeating in a bigger circle. It keep transmuting in a way in a bigger circle.
Yes, it just expands actually. We cannot bring it at one point of time that it will become circle, because it's increasing now. You have always 1.6 factor involved.
And
your growth rate, it's written over there, growth rate is 1.61. So definitely.
Interesting. What will happen if I change the growth rate? If this growth rate...
definitely. If we make it 1, I think 1.1, so the circle will be smaller.
Also, if you see, it's gonna start breaking somewhere, because it's not the exact growth rate. The growth rate, if it's just 1 or if it's 2, then it kind of breaks this symmetry of perfect symmetry, or how do I say, the ratio. Okay. So it's somewhere around 1.6 that I need to set, that it follows this Fibonacci sequence. Okay.
Yes.
So we call this as 1.6 as golden ratio, and we call this whole sequence as Fibonacci. We can name it anything. Name doesn't matter. But we got to know that there is certain growth rate that happens very organically with 1.6 ratio. Now, when I was learning further, it also created this shape for me for golden ratio. I can see this pattern repeating.
This is the light in India during people play during marriages.
Yes. Yes.
Or maybe during the Diwali festival.
Yes.
Yeah, they have this light shows everywhere. So that's the pattern.
And this is very similar to also the middle part of sunflower. Like somehow it is so intuitive to show these colors, as you said, the lights that you said. It's very interesting that you pointed it out. But yes, we have seen this pattern so many times. I'm showing you on the Gemini screen that once anybody is trying to learn, ask AI to create simulations for you for learning purposes, and it gets so interesting that you start playing while learning.
Hmm. No, that's also fascinating. Maybe I was about to ask you, like, how did you create that structure where you can just input some numbers and it will show you? And because it's very difficult through other processes or something. So we took the help of Gemini here, AI. Like AI is helping us here.
Yeah, I can use that with ChatGPT as well, but I just feel sometimes it's easy for me to create simulations using Gemini.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Nowadays, ChatGPT is like really not doing job very well
Yeah,
as compared to Gemini.
they're on and off, Romiji. I would say, everything that we have, all the tools that we have, they are keep on emerging. Some certain tools emerge in this shape, certain tools emerge more for learning purposes. So I see Google is promoting good tools for education in terms of AI. There is Notebook LM as well, which is really good for students to learn and create charts and graphs and even export those images for notes purposes. But that's a topic for another time. Let's go deeper into
Yeah.
AI stuff later. Okay. So we have this ratio, and I was showing like I have created certain simulations here. I can even show this one. And every simulation is teaching me something. Okay, this was the simulation here. So it is calculating in pine cone how the sequence is happening, and it's took 8 is to 13 to show me. Okay, so if I trace clockwise or counterclockwise, for example, let's start with clockwise spirals, and I create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spirals, and it kind of fits in this pine cone shape that you see in my camera as well.
Yeah.
And now if I do counterclockwise, you see clearly that it creates a form of geometry that we have seen here in pinecone. And I've actually also counted it because I get too, how do I say, too freaky about, certain geometry, like with amazement. So 8 is to 13 creates this beautiful picture here. Okay, it's a Fibonacci pattern. So now I would like to summarize everything that I have. We see a pattern Fibonacci repeating everywhere in the universe. Okay, we see the Fibonacci pattern repeating in ourselves as well. We kind of talked that Fibonacci effects, like it's also in non-tangible forms, that our previous two actions determines what is the third action that we create. And even today's action, right now action, it has been decided from the previous two actions or previous two thoughts. And you can argue that it's not just previous two, it's the weightage of previous two the most. It keeps on rolling down, and you can zoom in as much as possible, and this sequence will never end. Comes from infinity and it goes to infinity.